Okay, so I'm just making the rounds to the Starbucks today. Now I'm at the Rim. That's what I do. I like to hit the Starbucks. It's like different ones, different times. It's like, because I drink so much coffee anyway. You know, it's, and I like to chit chat with the employees and stuff and make them laugh. It's just fun. Cracking jokes. They're working stiffs. They need a laugh. One time, my daughter thought this was so cool. All right, this is just between you and me. All right, no, but I'm telling you this, and maybe people don't. But I make up jingles and slogans and all kinds of stuff, funny things. And some years ago, it was holiday time. And so I took an old tune and I put new lyrics to it, right? So I was singing Christmas carols to the girls at the Starbucks, and this is the way the song that I did went. It's like a parody on another type thing. Caramel, caramel, it's Christmas time at the Starbies. Jingling. Anyway, I did this little, thing for the girl. She was like, tickled by it. She thought it was great. She gave me a free coffee. I don't know if she paid for it or not. I'm sure she did, Howie. It was not on your dime, Howie. And that's Howard Schultz. Anyway, so stuff like that. And then Starbies, that's what I call it, instead of Starbucks. I like to call it Starbies. So I thought of another one. Oh, it goes like this. But this is not a Christmas thing. This is just like, we are Starbucks, couldn't be prouder. If you can't hear us, we'll say it a little louder. I love Starbucks. That's why I do it. So, I don't just love being a customer. Like I said, I like the business. I like the employees. I like their hiring policy. I filled out their application one time. I was in California. I was living in California. And I was like, they were asking, why are you applying at Starbucks, and they wanted personal information, stuff like that. I thought that was great. That was great. Why us, It makes a difference. We want to know. Well, it just so happens that I was in the middle of filling out the application when I met Hugh. Oh, I say that I was married, which was too bad. I really liked Hugh. But Hugh was way older than me. Oh my God, let me see. I was, this was, 62, 2002. I was 40-something, and Hugh was 80-something. But Hugh, I loved Hugh. Hugh was great. Well, I didn't hide the fact that I was married. I brought my husband around, to help Hugh. Hugh hired me to help him. Hugh was a really fascinating person. I'm going off into stories again. Well, okay, I suppose it's all right. I should lace some of this stuff with stories because, well, anyway. So he was 80. He had a quadruple bypass. And, oddly enough, when a person's, oh my God, I looked it up, weird, mental stuff you need to like understand this. When there's a reason why there's geriatric specialists, because physical problems can actually cause mental problems in people who are elderly. Now, we who practice holistic medicine understand that there's a relationship, but it's not evident, apparent, or taught except in geriatrics that there is this link between what is physically wrong with the person and their psychiatric emotional state. For example, a UTI in an elderly person can look like depression. Okay? And believe it or not, having gone through a quadruple bypass actually caused Hugh to become a kleptomaniac. I'm not kidding you. So this was kind of a problem because I was taking him around because he couldn't drive, right? And so he was jumping into the car with his hot goods. And he was like really like open about it, like out in the open, like Daredevil or something. He would be walking down the aisle. Like, I remember we were in a what do you call it, store, like a CVS type, Walgreens type store. We're walking down the aisle, the main aisle, and Hugh takes a sidestep over to the aisle and just willy-nilly grabs a bottle of, I think it was vitamins or something, right? And without missing a beat, steps back into the main aisle. Like he just took a sidestep and then stepped back in. And as he's stepping back into the aisle, he's like swiftly depositing it into his pocket. And I'm like following him, and I saw the whole thing, and I'm like sitting here going, oh shit, he's with me, and they're going to think, if they catch him, they're going to think I'm an accomplice to this stuff. I'll bet you $5. I bet you $5. The law has no, way of addressing the fact that people who are elderly like this and in these conditions, could be committing crimes because of a physiological problem, which has nothing to do with their character. For God's sake, he was a retired professor at a university. Never did anything, until he had the quadruple bypass. If he got caught, Jesus. So I had a little talk with him, and I said, Hugh, from now on, I'm parking the car away from the store, the other end of the parking lot. And if you're going to get caught, you're going to get caught in the middle of the parking lot before you get into my car. It was the only thing I could think of to do to stop him. I couldn't stop him, is what I mean. So, because another time we were at a fruit and vegetable stand. He's so he was. I'm sure he's dead now. I mean, this was 2005, and he was 80-something. He's probably dead. But he was a really beautiful person. He took me to poetry readings, and he had a beautiful heart. He lost his son to suicide because the kid couldn't stay sober. And he had taken out a mortgage to pay for the treatment. The kid couldn't stay sober, so he walked out on the highway and let a car hit him. The family knew he did it on purpose. He wasn't just crossing the highway. The family knows these things, in the context of conversations. Guilt. Anyway, so there are a lot of tragic people out there, right? That have some really tragic lives. They did all the right things. They led a decent life. They weren't criminals or anything. They did everything right and everything went wrong. There's a lot of people like that. I think I better stop the video now.